Behemoth, one of my favorite bands of all time, quite honestly. And I've been going through every Behemoth album from their early demos in the early 90s uh, to almost their most recent stuff. I tried past the Satanist, but I couldn't. So I want to talk about how this band started off as one of the best bands of all time in metal history for me, all the way through the 90s and 2000s, and then became sellouts. Honestly, the band completely sold out their integrity for a more simplistic sound. And so I want to talk about my history with the band. So I came aboard with this band when I first heard tracks from The Satanist and Evangelion, which I still think are like the band's last decent albums. They're not my favourites, but they're decent for what they are. So I came on board with a band with the song Blow Your Trumpets, Gabrielle. And I love that song. I've overplayed it a bit, but it's still a great song. And it's one of the last songs from the band I actually enjoy. So I first heard songs like that. Lucifer, A Fire in the Void, and Alles Lord Upon Me were a couple of my favorite, well, a couple of my first Behemoth songs. Then Conquer All, Slave Shall Serve, tracks from Demigod. But then I noticed their sound become a lot more simplistic with I Loved You at Your Darkest, and it completely threw me off. Bart Sabel is literally the only song on the album that I think is okay, because it's quite atmospheric and it has a little bit of that older Behemoth to it. But other than that track, I really don't like the newer stuff, really. It just became boring, and where they went for one of my favorite bands, because when I got into them with Evangelion and The Satanist, there was still a lot of excitement in the music, and you felt the excitement from the music. When Love Duty Darkest came out, it wasn't there anymore. So when I got into the band, I went back to Demigod, The Apostasy, and Thelema 6, Satanica, and Zosia Cultus, and they're still my favorite albums from the band. Along with the early black metal stuff as well. I do love all the early black metal stuff too. Grom, Sventif from the Pagan Wastelands, Pandemonic Incantations, etc. All of that stuff. But I do think with I Love Duty Darkest, the band sold out and became tame, non-exciting. I mean, The Satanist, even that album, I like it, but I still prefer the 2000 stuff, and I'll stand by that. Evangelion's an incredible album, and it's honestly the last like really good one. Even on that album, you were starting to hear it with certain songs, but it's still the last one that I properly enjoy from Behemoth. And all of the old stuff I thoroughly love. And it's a shame, because if they'd have kept up that integrity and realness, they could have been one of the best metal bands. I mean, they are for their early stuff. But yeah, they sold that out for me, and it's really a shame. When I listen to the last two Behemoth albums, I get nothing. As I said, Bart Sabel, If I'm in the Good Mood, is a great track. But other than that, I get nothing from it. I feel like I'm listening to white noise. At least when I listen to Evangelion and The Satanist, I still get something, even if they're not as good as The Apostasy or Demigod or Thelema 6. I still get something there. I do. Evangelion has Lucifer, which is one of my favourite Behemoth songs of all time. Same with A Far in the Void. Incredible tracks. You know, there are some filler on those albums. Same with The Satanist. I'm going to say it. But there's some incredible tracks as well, like A Father, O Satyr, O Son as well. Blow Your Trumpets, Gabrielle. There's some incredible songs to back it up, whereas the last two there isn't. That's just how I feel, and I honestly think it's a shame that Behemoth lost that thing that made him special. Anyway, thank you all for watching. How do you feel about the new Behemoth? This is all just my opinion, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section.